Have questions about your pets? Looking for your next forever friend? We've got you covered. This is Pet Connection with Energy 95.3. Now, here's Erik Fox.
Well, hello again to B-Town after we just talked about 40 minutes ago as we talked about your condors. Now we're talking about some puppers. That was a horrible transition, but I'm going to stick with it. Nick from Kern County Animal Services is joining us today. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you, Erik?
I don't have two puppies in my arms, so I think I'm not doing as well as you. But you know what? It's kind of fun. We're dealing with puppies today. We're doing some cute ones. Let's go and talk about the two beautiful puppies that are in your arms right now.
Yeah, puppies are a love-hate kind of thing because we hate that there's puppies being produced right now, especially puppies that end up at an animal shelter. But we love puppies. So it's one of those catch-22s, which shameless plug, spay neuter your pets, please, so that we don't have unwanted puppies ending up at the shelter. But I have with me Bo and Luke.
I'm kind of proud that I actually got the reference when you sent that email earlier. I'm like, hey, I actually know what that means.
Yeah, that's one of those ways to tell me how old you are without telling me how old you are. I've noticed most people around my shelter here, if I say Bo and Luke, they look at me like they have no idea what I'm talking about. And in fact, I said, hey, this one's name is Luke. Can you guess what the other one's name is? And one of my staff said, Skywalker? No. Completely different reference.
Well, anyway, anyone needs to know it's good old boys because these are two good old boys. Dukes of Hazzard, of course, is the reference. And what can you tell us about Bo and Luke?
So Bo and Luke are about 9 weeks old. They're probably Aussie mixes, but they're going to be medium-sized dogs, probably 40 to 50 pounds, depending on how you feed them. They're going to be active dogs. Like I said, they're about 9 weeks old right now, so they're going to take a lot of effort, a lot of resources, a lot of time. We try to remind folks that, yeah, these puppies are adorable. They are completely adorable, but they're a lot of work. You know, puppies are a lot of work. They'll keep you up at night. They'll poop in your house. And they'll pee in your house, and it's frustrating. But it's it's a wonderful payoff when you raise a dog from a pup. Such a bonding experience there, but we always want to be upfront, tell folks that the commitment is especially strong for a puppy. It's always we ask for a commitment for a shelter animal, but especially for a puppy because they can require so much effort, so much resources. But these two puppies right here are adorable. They just came to the shelter yesterday, so they'll be available for adoption on Saturday at 10 a.m. They might be available for the right foster. We'll try to keep them together. If there's a foster parent out there that is willing to foster both of them, that would be better suited for both of them. We referencing earlier where we talked about the need for spay and neuter and how puppies ending up in the shelter isn't the greatest thing for them. We always want puppies to leave the shelter as soon as possible. So foster is an option for these guys. They're both boys, and like I said, they're a lot more active than they might appear right now. Just put them on the table over here right before we went live, and I had to go chasing after them. So,
best descriptor I've always heard is just estimate like a 2-year-old toddler. That's pretty much what you're going to have. And so if you're used to a 2-year-old toddler, maybe you have one yourself, or you have someone in your family. That's kind of what you're going to have, right?
Yeah, in some ways, especially if you have two. In some ways, it's probably even more of an effort because you kind of got to leave the puppies at home sometimes, and if you don't train them right, they might become destructive. And as long as we want to keep in mind that the commitment is for the life of the animal, and puppies are a significant commitment.
Well, we definitely have the information right there at the screen. Bo and Luke, you said are going to be available Saturday. Bo's number is A116-1586. Luke is A116-1587. Of course, we want to get them together because they're bonded already, so it's nice to have that bonding in your home as well, right? There they are, cutie pies right there. And I know Bo and Luke are not available till Saturday, but of course, for Star Wars nerds like me, today is a big day for May the 4th. And you guys actually have some going on over at the shelter for May the 4th, right?
Yeah, I mean, we always have an adoption promotion. We try to be as creative as we can, and when there's already something existing that we can tag onto, we certainly do that. And to be honest with you, our adoption fees are a sliding adoption fee anyway. So we always want to encourage folks to adopt for the purpose, not for the price. But the animals that have been in our shelter for over 30 days are always free. There's no adoption charge. But as always, pay attention to our Facebook page for ongoing specials. And these puppies won't be here for 30 days, so they probably won't be free. But again, foster is definitely an option. If you can consider fostering a pet, come out and see us, and we'll connect you with something that needs fostering.
One thing I do want to also talk about, we talked about last year, and it's so important because summer sneaks up on us so fast here in the valley, and it's going to be coming up really fast here. So we're looking at temperatures reaching the upper 90s pretty quick here. Can you maybe share a couple things in which to really keep in mind for pet safety when it comes to those hot temperatures that we get here in the valley?
Yeah, it's always something to be concerned about. It's first and foremost. I mean, your animal isn't all that different than you are, and if the temperature is uncomfortable for you, it'll be uncomfortable for the dog or your cat. Precautions are pretty static in that. If you can keep your animal indoors, please do so. Obviously, we all can't do that. If you have to keep your animal outdoors, they have to have the ability to get out of the elements, especially out of direct sun. They have to be right at some sort of shade and ability to get away from the sun. Cool, fresh water is always important to keep them hydrated. Stuff to keep them active and engaged, too, if they have to be outside. And if you have to walk your animal, pavement can do some damage to your dog's paws. Most folks don't understand that your dog's paws are very sensitive skin, very thin skin, and they can burn real easily. So it's always one of those things where if you're going to walk your dog on the pavement, put the back of your hand to the pavement, and if it's too hot for the back of your hand, then it's probably too hot for your dog's paws. So it's usually a good point of reference. Some other things to keep in mind is that the breed of your dog also matters. Certain dogs have less of an ability to dissipate heat than others. If your animal has a short snout, something like a pug, they might have difficulty dissipating heat. So it's always important to make sure you keep in mind what type of dog you have, how sensitive they might be to those elements, and then proceed accordingly when you have your animal. That'll keep them in good health.
Always great tips to keep in mind. I always think of if you want to go for a walk without sandals on, your dog probably doesn't want to do the same either. So definitely something to think about. Bo and Luke, once again, are in Nick's hands right there over at Kern County Animal Services. Cute as can be. Available on Saturday. We got the number right there on the screen for both of them. We do want to get them together. So like if you're looking for a home, if you're looking to bring some forever friends home to your home, definitely look at bringing both Bo and Luke home. A116-1586 is Bo's number. Luke number is A116-1587. Beautiful, beautiful pups. And like you said, they are pups, so just be prepared. But it's not a bad thing, to bring them up. And you know what? They're going to be forever friends for you. There's never something wrong with that. So, and we got the number scrolling at the screen at the bottom as well, 868-7120, KernCountyAnimalServices.org. Nick, I know you're crazy busy as always, so always appreciate some time that you're able to provide for us and get a chance to meet some new forever friends here in the Valley that are going to get a home. We're going to get them a home. Bo and Luke, you're going to be good old boys. You can drive your Dukes of Hazzard somewhere in Kern County, and we're going to give them a forever home. Nick, thank you so much again, my friend. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Bo, Luke, and Nick from Kern County Animal Services. My name is Erik Fox from Energy 95.3, and we'll see you on the next edition of your Energy Pet Connection.